Hi everybody, I'm Cassandra from Craft to Live After, and welcome to another episode of absolute yarny and crochet goodness. For those of you who've joined the channel recently, I know there's been a lot of new subscribers over the last few weeks. Welcome to the channel. To everyone who's been with me for a while, welcome back. Friends, I'm always excited to be chatting to you. Alright, today is going to be a super packed video, which again I had no intention of it being like this. At one stage with my life and my job as it is, I didn't actually think I'd have one single project to show you, but we never know what's around the corner, friends. So let me show you what's been going on the last week. Now, those of you who know and who've been around for a while, I have been on a book buying binge, so I'm trying to make projects out of all of my new books that's been coming in to see if they are worth buying. Now, the book that I used this week, and you got a sneak peek of it when I spoke about, or I showed you this book on my Crochet Craft Guard video last week, and it is called Hello Amigurumi. Now this one I bought from Amazon. Now I do purchase from Amazon Germany because I stay in Europe, but I'm sure wherever you are staying in the world, you will have access to some other online shop where you can find this book. I think it's fairly readily available. So Hello Amigurumi. And of course the project I had to do was this cute bear. Now my bear does look a little different, and I will show you what he looks like. Now the big difference comes at the head, and I will explain to you what I did differently, but this is my little bear. I think he's super adorable. I made him in rainbow cotton 8/4. Now his little hat does come off to show his ears, and I did just make these little glasses out of craft wire that I have just hanging around in my craft box. So I did try and make him some little glasses. I actually want to buy a pack of those little toy glasses that you can buy also on Amazon, but again I'm not always sure of the sizes and will it fit a toy, whereas if you use craft wire you can mold it to fit whatever size head your toy has. So I'm very pleased with this pattern. Now let me show you in the book where he is. Again, I should have marked it. I never mark the patterns. Now he's almost right at the end. So here we go. This is what he looks like. Now you'll see that I also didn't do the cheeks. And on the photo, as you can see, a few differences. I made the ears, because in the pattern you actually sew the ears onto the beanie. Now I don't like doing that. So I attached his ears to his head, and I just made the beanie to be able to sit on top of that. So he does look, I mean, a little odd when his beanie is on, because you now can't see his ears. But personally I prefer being able to take his little beanie off, and you have sort of a different look for your little teddy. Now the pattern was fantastic to follow. This is what is called Winter Bear. And there you can see the name of the designer. So this book consists of toys made by all different designers. The other major thing that I left off was how you attach the arms. So I did not use this loopy method where you sort of hook it over a button. I didn't do that. I just sewed his arms straight on. But I really like how this bear turned out. Now, as I mentioned, I used rainbow cotton 8/4, which is a fingering weight yarn, and a 2.5 millimeter hook. For his little beanie, I actually didn't follow the pattern in the book because I used a different yarn in the end. This is the Bella Coco Confection DK. I've got loads of little scrap balls of this. So I just sort of did a basic half double crochet little beanie with front loop, back loop, half doubles at the bottom to create a tiny little ribbed edge and a little pom-pom at the top. So for the most part, I think the beanie, you know, it's got the same feel as this one. So not massively different, but I did my own thing on the beanie. But the beanie pattern, I read through it, very, very easy to follow. No trouble with the beanie. As I said, it is basically the same concept as what I did with this. I just used half doubles because I was using with a thicker yarn than what I made my bear. But I think he is super, super adorable. I loved working up this bear. I love working up bears in general. But let me show you quickly just a few. I can show you actually all the patterns that you will find in this book, just to give you an idea of what you will see if you decide, if you decide to ever purchase this book, which I can highly recommend. There's a nice variety of dolls, a nice variety of like animals. They've got the bear, the bunny, they've got this cute little duck, and they've got this robot, which is something you don't see actually very often. So a full page of all the patterns. I think this book is lovely. The images are beautiful. There's a ton of descriptive images, and this is what I like from Amigurumi books. In my last video where I spoke about a book, which was the Kerry Lord book on the flowers, there's not a lot of photos explaining how you attach or how you how you add certain pieces of your toy. In this case, like I said, for instance, a whole page just on specific techniques on adding the pieces of your toy. Absolutely worth it. I would definitely recommend this book. I mean, look at this cute little girl. A little painter girl. Absolutely love it. There's this bunny that I really like. He's very cute. So I definitely want to try him. There's another bunny right in the front. I actually think this is one that Caroline recently made. She showed it in her most recent video. Absolutely fantastic bunny pattern. This is something I'm doing very, very soon because I love the look of this bunny. So there you go, guys. This book, Hello Amigurumi, definitely. Now, I say this probably about most books, but this is such a fantastic, well-written book. The pattern I didn't find any errors. As I said, I did tweak it a little to my own preferences, but if you follow the pattern exactly as it's written, you will not have a problem. All right, so that was the first thing. The next thing. Now, as you may know, from one of my fairly recent videos, I have fallen in love with the Leggy frog pattern. That pattern is fantastic. I'm not tired of it yet. And I know there are tons of videos out there, people showing their Leggy frogs. Froggies are taking over the world. And I'm telling you, it has caught me by surprise how much I actually enjoy making this pattern. Now, in my craze, my Leggy frog craze, one evening, now this is why, on a different note, you know how they always say you shouldn't go grocery shopping when you are hungry? The same applies to buying yarn. Do not buy yarn when you are on a specific hyped up love for a pattern. Because in my Leggy Froggy craze, I went onto the Premier Yarns website because everyone is making the Leggy Froggies with parfait chunky yarn. And I have FOMO, friends. Living in Denmark, I have an extreme case of FOMO because I just don't have everyday access to those yarns. So I thought, you know what? Stuff it. I'm going to order from America. So one evening, I opened up the Premier Yarns website, saw that they were shipping internationally. I thought, this is perfect. I ordered a whole bunch of chunky yarns. Yes, friends, after telling you I have no space in my apartment to store chunky yarns or toys made from chunky yarns, I bought an entire bag of chunky yarns, and this is what I quickly want to show you and then chat about it. So, being in Denmark, I've mentioned often, I buy from Hobby, which is a local Danish company. So delivery is like within 1 or 2 days from when I order it. It's super convenient. I love working with the yarns, and I've worked a lot with Baby Snuggle and Honey Bunny, which is the 2 blanket chenille type yarns that Hobby has available. But as I said, FOMO was getting too much for me. I wanted to try Premier yarns, what's it called? This thing, parfait chunky. You see, I don't even know the name because it's not available to me. So I want to show you what I got from Premier Yarns and how I experienced this compared to the Honey Bunny and the Baby Snuggle that I've been working with from Hobby. So I have gone absolutely bonkers and bought quite a few of this parfait chunky pom-pom. I love multicolored yarns. I love rainbow colored yarns. I love bright colored yarns. And although the majority of the yarn I purchased is actually green, which 2 weeks after I finally received my yarn, it dawned on me that I should have perhaps chosen a few different colors other than green. So I have got now a ton of green chunky yarns, but I will be making a gajillion more Leggy frogs. So I'm sure I will use it up in no time. But let me show you all the parfait chunky pom-pom yarns that I purchased. This is fantastic. It is a super bulky number 6. It is 100 meters, 109 yards, 3.5 ounces or 100 grams, 85% polyester, 15% nylon. So this color is called Incandescent, color number 210705. So this is one of the pom-poms, and I did actually try quite a few of these yarns to see how they would work up. So here we have got a little Leggy froggy in this yellow speckly parfait chunky. And let me tell you, I loved working with a parfait chunky yarn. It is fantastic. Although it still fluffs up, you know, it like, I don't know what you call it, shedding. It sheds still, just like the Honey Bunny and the Baby Snuggle I've been using. But it did shed slightly less. So I did like that. It worked really well. I did actually with these yarns, I could start with a magic ring, and I will show you a different pattern just now, but it's not with parfait chunky. But I tried a magic ring with the parfait chunky, and I could manage it, which I'm struggling to do with the Honey Bunny and the Baby Snuggle. So this, it's fantastic, you guys. I'm in love with it. How will I... Let me not go into how will I survive without American shops. Because that is a tangent that you guys are not ready for yet. Alright, so the next one. This lovely, lovely blue color. It is called Electric Blue. Just look at those speckles. I absolutely am in love with it. Now it is a loose thread. I don't know if you'll be able to see it. Let me see if I can get it to focus. So if it's possible to see, the speckles are part of a separate thread that is wound around the yarn. I thought it would pull loose or my hook would get stuck in it. Not at all. I had zero trouble working with this yarn. And the Leggy Froggy I made in this one, which actually I think might be my favorite. Absolutely adorable. This yarn is just gorgeous. Then I do also have some plain green Parfait Chunky, just the normal ones. This one is called Key Lime, also a size 6, 131 meters, 120 meters, 131 yards, 3.5 ounces, 100 grams, 100% polyester. And this is what I've seen a lot of people make their Leggy Froggies out of. I love this color. I bought quite a few of them. Yes, friends, I am on a froggy making kick. So this is just a plain green one, which I actually really like. Then what else have I got? This one was quite cute. This is again Parfait Chunky, the pom-pom color, what's it called? Lime Light. So it's almost that same lime green color, but with the pom-poms in it. Speckly bits. Really like this green as well. There I've got a little angry frog. I really like this angry face, so I try to give them sort of here and there a different expression. This one is a happy one. But I am in love with this angry frog. He looks like he has seen some things that a speckly green frog should never have seen, and he's quite upset about it. But he's fabulous nonetheless. Oh, I loved it. Then the last Parfait Chunky, and I didn't make a froggy out of this one yet. It's just a white. I thought the white looked really nice with all these speckly bits in it. So I will make a froggy and see how that turns out. Now, as I was scrolling the Premier Yarns website, I came across some different textured yarns that I really wanted to try. Why I wanted to try it, I don't know, because I could foresee the difficulty that I would have in working with this yarn, but obviously the frogs have blurred my mind, and I was just open to excitement and challenges, because I bought, now look at this thing, you guys. It is absolutely massive. It is called Snow Cone. It is a very fuzzy, fluffy yarn. Near impossible to see your stitches. And why I thought buying this massive ball was a good idea, you will have to ask past Cassandra who ordered this, because current Cassandra cannot tell you. It is called Premier Snow Cone Light Chenille, 188 yards, 172 meters, 7 ounces, 200 grams, 100% polyester. Now, I have not broken into this bad boy yet. So I've got now this massive ball of green, but what I want to show you, luckily, as I constantly also have bears on the brain, so it's not just the froggies that's taken over my brain, it is also the bears, as you know. I did buy 2 more of those massive ones, but in this color. Now, this is called Root Beer. It is like, I don't know if you can see it on the camera. It's a very light brown or creamy light. I don't even know what it is. It's like a very light brown and white. Same specs. This one, as I said, it's called Root Beer. And I bought 2 of them because I thought I want to try either a bear or a bunny in this. And I did manage to make something, and I made Buddy Bear, because I thought if I'm now going to try this very, very difficult yarn to work with, I want to use a pattern that I know quite well. I don't want to struggle with something that's got weird stitches or something I'm not used to. So I made Buddy Bear, and he is fantastic. Look at that. You can see the rows a bit, but you cannot see your stitches. He is so fluffy and so snuggly. This is the softest yarn, I'm telling you, that I have worked with in a very, very long time. Now, as you know, chenille yarns, or the blanket type yarns, they are soft. I mean, these froggies are soft. This yarn is soft and snuggly, and it almost sheds nothing at all. I was incredibly surprised by this yarn. Now, those of you who've made Buddy Bear, you start at the legs and you work all the way, like the head, the body, the legs, all of this is one piece. You just attach this little muzzle and these two little arms. Now, the start was a bit difficult for me. I had to get into a rhythm of feeling my stitches rather than trying to look for them, because you cannot see a thing. You cannot see your stitches. And my stitch count was almost out on every row. So when I did the head, when you come to the neck, you start increasing up to 6. Again, I was out every row. So I would either have not enough stitches to do an increase in the last stitch, or when I did decreases, I didn't have enough to decrease, or there was one too few, one too many. None of my rows for the entire head, even if I worked just plain rows around, none of my rows had the correct amount of stitches. You cannot even see it. This is just such a brilliant yarn for making plushies. But you have got to be brave, friends. You have got to be brave when working with a yarn like this, because, as I said, you cannot see a single stitch while you work. You cannot see. But, I mean, this yarn is so forgiving. You will never be able to tell that, I mean, his entire head consists of rows that does not have the right stitch count. So I made him, I cannot even explain to you. And this yarn, as I said, it does not pull off, like you really have to pull at this to get any bits off. It's not like the parfait chunkies or these types of yarn where like there's fluff balls everywhere. This one, I had almost no fluff, which was amazing to me. Now, I actually thought these massive balls are going to last me forever. Not the case, because after making Buddy Bear, I've got less than half of the ball left. So I will probably be using this up a lot quicker than I thought. And then I just made him a little scarf, because as you know, I'm obsessed with animals wearing little scarves. So I made him this cute little blue scarf from the pom-pom, the parfait chunky pom-pom. I mean, doesn't he look like just an adorable little polar bear? Oh, I love it. And they've got such nice colors. So I might actually order from Premier Yarns again. It wasn't too bad. The shipping wasn't horrendous. The prices were quite good. I love it. I absolutely love it. So this yarn, even though it is an absolute nightmare to start off with, once you get like into it, as I said, I would not do a massively intricate pattern with this yarn, not at all. You need something quick, you need something simple. And Buddy Bear worked so well with him. He's so luxuriously soft. I wish you could feel him. It is amazing. All right, on to the next yarns. In my fluffy yarn searches, I also saw this. It's called Little Bunny, what's this word? Multis? Little Bunny Multis. It's very much the same as this fluffy yarn. Also another yarn I will not be able to see a single stitch for the entirety of the project. These ones I specifically also want to try either making buddy bears or buddy bunnies. Now, I did buy this very nice pastel rainbow one, and of course with the froggies in my head I have got green, although I don't think I will make fronds with this. I will still try to make a little bunny, and this is why I say I really should have thought ahead and rather not buy all this green. But this is very, very soft. Now this little bunny, it's 100% polyester, 109 yards, 100 meters, 3.5 ounces, 100 grams. This is called key lime again, and this one is called pastel clouds. Very, very lovely colors. So I will be trying to make a little buddy bunny from these, because again it's a pattern I know really, really well, and I will link the pattern down below. It is a free pattern on my blog. Absolutely fantastic yarn. All right, is that it? And then I've just got 2 more balls of green, another speckly green and another plain green. So can you believe it? Did you guys ever think you would see me buying an entire haul, just chunky, fluffy, unable to see your stitches type of yarns? No, I know, like I say, when you're on a specific kick, do not buy yarn at that stage, because your brain just switches off. But anyway, I'm extremely, extremely happy with this yarn and how my little buddy bear came out. Then, last but not least, I am working on designing some or other pattern. Now, designing for me takes very long these days because I don't have a lot of time, but I want to show you what I have done so far. Now, I probably should have started with a toy first and then do an outfit, but the idea for this outfit was so strong that I really wanted to get it done. And it is being modeled by my bunny from my Amigurumi mod. And what I made is a hexi cardi in rainbow and white. Can you believe it? I can't make clothes for myself to save my life. But it seems that trying to make teeny tiny mini little sweaters, that's not a problem for me. So let me take this one out. And normally I don't like making separate pieces of clothing, but I've got a very specific project in mind. Hopefully I can show that to you soon once it's done. But this is what I wanted to show you. So I made this teeny tiny hexagon cardigan in white and rainbow. Do you not think it's absolutely fantastic? I was so surprised at how easy it is, and this is why I think like the adult normal person hexicadi is such a popular item to make these days on the internet. I mean, everyone and their friend has been making hexicadis, and just making this teeny tiny toy version one, I can see why people love it so much. It's so easy to do. So this is just a sneak peek at a pattern that I am working on. So I will keep you guys updated. Hopefully, I don't know, within the next couple of weeks I will have the actual toy done that this was made for. But now that I've made the cardigan, I'm actually shaping the toy to fit this. Alright you guys, that is it. Can you believe it? So a whole video full of lovely yarny randomness. Fantastic book. Let me just show it to you again. Very nice. If you ever get the chance, put it on your wish list. Definitely worth it. I will keep you updated on my journey that I'm going on with all of these fluffy, lovely premier yarns that I have been buying. I will keep you up to date. I don't even know where all my froggies are. So apart from these, I've made 2 others that Jessica has already given to some of her friends. These are also going to some friends of Jessica's at school. So I'm telling you, these leggy froggies, they are finding homes left, right and center because people love them. And if you have the opportunity to use this pom-pom, what's it called? Parfait Chunky Pom-Pom. Fantastic yarn. Let me know what you're working on. If you've got any exciting crochet plans, anything coming up that's interesting. I always look forward to chatting to all of you. All right, friends, that's it for this week. As always, stay safe, stay crafty, and I will chat to you in another video.